Hello and welcome to Story Reckless. Thank you for joining us this evening. I am Nathan. I am the DM here, and I use he/him pronouns. I'm gonna do a little thing where I pass it over to our players so they can do their intros. Okay, go ahead.
My name's Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Kidam, who's, well, furious right now, but we're not going to talk about that right now either.
Oh, really?
Nope,
It seems to be going well.
Hmm.
My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns, and I'm playing Calliope, who's about to become a Rubik's Cube maestro. I'm going to solve this Rubik's Cube so good. You don't even know.
Hi, my name's Enyo, they, them, any, all pronouns, playing Pip, Satyr Snake Oil Alchemist, who is the one currently holding the Hellraiser cube.
Yes, amazing. Awesome. Yeah, well, with that, let's do a quick recap. So, last we left off, let me do a little thing here. Okay, last we left off, our protagonists had had aligned themselves with one of the Vanthampur's sons. The Vanthampurs being one of the powerful patriarch families in Baldur's Gate that seem to be behind the fall of Elturel and potentially trying to do the same to Baldur's Gate. As you aligned yourself with the eldest son, Amric Vanthampur, foiling an assassination attempt against him that you all actually staged, you managed to frame his mother. Confused and furious as to what was going on, you all went with Amric to his home, to the Vanthampur villa, and upon heading upstairs, you confronted his younger brother, Thirstwell. Upon approaching, though, going up the stairs, you found yourselves being confronted by many guards that seemed to be expecting you, as well as an ambush of imps. Also, hold on, is that somebody new? Hello?
No,
Oh, no, that
looks like
not.
spam.
No, that's spam. Damn it.
That's spam.
Ah. If you're not spam, say something else. I don't. Anyways, man, I got so excited and then it's just so sad so quickly. Anyways, upon arriving, yes, you were ambushed by some imps and some guards that were expecting you. And you could hear Thirstwell crying out, whining from the hallway ahead, to stop you all. Amric was able to push past you. Were all able to dispatch the imps and push your way into the room where you found Amric, bullying his younger brother, essentially, to demanding answers as to what was going on and showing him the magic mouth with the recording of Lady Vanthampur's voice on it, which was Pip's excellent performance, asking to have Amric be killed by the cultists. In this room, Thirstwell, in his pleading cowardice, divulged a lot of information. He revealed that Thavius Krieg is indeed on the premise of the Vanthampur Villa in some sort of complex below the villa, and is actually working with the Vanthampurs to figure out how to drag Baldur's Gate into hell like he did with Elturel. You also... What else did he divulge? Let me see here.
Something about Gaugoth?
Gargoth.
Yes, Gaurgoth.
Or I looked at the name again. I think it's Hold on. It's
How do you spell this?
It's Gargauth. Gargauth. I can do fantasy names, I swear. Gargauth.
Gargauth.
I
Okay,
just have
cool.
to say it like with a scary voice. Gargauth. He mentions something about Gargauth. That is correct. Here, I'm gonna find my bullet points here.
He's a devil trapped in a shield
Yes.
that
So,
Mortlock and Amric found in a crypt from a different patriarch.
Correct. And Thavius is trying to find a way to use this devil to drag Baldur's Gate into hell. And the final thing he didn't really willingly give up was his, through Pip's kind of mind reading and Kadam's reading of body language, he seemed to be very fixated on a chest at the foot of his bed, and upon breaking into it, you pulled out this, as Pip mentioned, this Hellraiser cube. This some sort of iron cube, intricately put together like a puzzle with a faint red glow within, between the seams and the cracks of the pieces that seem to be able to move and click into place. And that is where we left off, I believe, with all of you in the room looking at that puzzle cube. Amric still leaning down, lording over his younger brother. Did we decide on what you all were going to do next? I'm going to open it up to the group here as we pick this up.
What's that? Give me that.
You just grab your hands.
Yeah, that looks like something that I'd know about.
It looks like it has writing in Infernal on it.
It
right?
does,
Which
yeah. And
Pip is, yeah. Pip is kind of can recognize Infernal, but like can't understand any of it. But still, I mean, having Calliope just grab it, I'm like, no, I'm holding it right now. Let me just look at it. And she does for a bit, for like a lot longer than necessary, before finally being like, okay, fine, but you should teach me Infernal.
What do you do with it? Are you looking at it? Are you actually trying to like move any of the pieces or do anything?
Yeah. I mean, she's fiddling a little bit. Like wants to see if things that do twist.
So you start to look at it and you see there are metal pieces that seem to slide and click into place, and dials. And you see one of these dials like a disc, like a flat metal disc that you start to spin, and it kind of opens up another smaller little chamber within that seems to have other doodads to flick and push.
I think Calliope is like backseat driving. Like, try that one. Try that. Oh, there's a knob there. Does that one move?
You know what? Okay, fine. Here, you just take it. Just take it. Just take it.
Okay.
Gladly.
Pass it over to
Thirstwell, what does this do?
No, don't tell me. No spoilers.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Thirstwell is kind of looking between you, Kadam, Calliope, then back up at his brother, and kind of just like his eyes darting between the three of you. He's just kind of waiting because like Calliope
No.
is...
Okay. I can figure it out. Just I'll be over here, and like kind of like plugs my ears and like starts like.
Okay. Go in the corner. Okay.
Going to make a little trinket that just plays like white noise and put it next to Calliope's head.
Okay, so you mark off one of your artificer trinkets and set it next to Calliope as it starts to go. Kadam, did you want to press further with Thirstwell?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
What does this do? And I gesture to the black vials of viscous liquid and the Apocalyptico book and like and all of this.
Honestly, I'm not sure about the puzzle box. I've been trying to figure that damn thing out, and Mother tasked me with figuring it out, and I haven't been able to. Thavius brought it. We promised to keep it safe for him, and then Mother told me separately to try to get into it.
Did he bring everything in this chest?
No. Just the box.
Okay.
So you're going to let me go, right? We can... I told you everything I know.
You don't know what any of these other things are?
No.
Would Pip recognize like anything in the vials?
Sorry.
yeah.
You can make an Arcana check, or
Ooh, Arcana.
I mean, I can.
well, Pip's.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You can make an Arcana. It would really be Arcana or religion.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, yeah, I'll try. I mean, heck, I guess I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. And Kadam, did you want to do something?
I'm going to give him that expression.
Okay.
What is this, demon blood?
I have no idea what it is. Are you? Is the expression? Are you trying to kind of intimidate him, or like? What
I'm
is-
trying to
what is the
express
intent?
disbelief and disappointment.
Okay. He looks nervous and looks down at his down at the ground, not making eye contact with you. Amric kind of pushes Thirstwell into the wall as he stands up and turns back to all of you. I wouldn't worry about that. It's some stupid thing my brother's working on. Now, tell me,
Why shouldn't we?
it's not
No,
what we
no,
came
that-
here for, is it? We're here
It's not
for
what we came
Thaddeus.
here for. It's true, but I see a suspicious-looking vial of demon blood or something, the ichor. I don't know what it is. I want to know what it is.
He looks back to Thirstwell. Thirstwell. Amric, I don't know. You know, it's just some experiments. I'm just trying out some alchemy. I just trying some things to help with your hair. What? There's nothing wrong with my hair. What are you talking about? I mean, Amric, come on, we live together. You don't think I haven't noticed? Kind of kicks him and starts walking back to all of you. Listen, do we really need to delve deeper into this?
One moment. I almost have it. There's just
Uh,
this one.
Okay, Calliope, go ahead and make an investigation roll for me.
It's investigation, not arcana.
Ah,
Wow.
we did the wrong things. I should have done the puzzle box.
Uh,
Damn it.
yeah.
7.
This thing is immensely complicated. And in the short amount of time you're spending with it, like, you aren't even beginning to understand, like, where all the pieces slide together.
Can I read the words?
Do you read Infernal?
I do.
They appear to be individual, I guess, letters, and it's all kind of random nonsense. None of it is lining up.
Okay. This thing's it's probably junk anyway.
Why don't you tuck that away, Calliope?
Hmm?
Why don't you tuck that away?
Okay. Good idea. Okay. And I'm gonna put it in a bag of holding, I guess. Just slip it.
You know, Thirstwell, I'm something of an alchemist myself. I could look at your unknown potions for you.
No, it's...
Here, I'd love to help you. Here, no. Absolutely, my pleasure. And
No.
just picks it up and puts one in her boot.
Okay, yeah.
No,
Okay,
because
I
it's-
hate to say it, but I think Amric has a point. We are here for Thavius.
Yeah.
Let's go. Do you think he will be
I'm
willing to see us?
trying to decide. Best approach is here. It seems that my mother's... her ambitions have got the better of her.
it sounds like you might also be interested in hearing what he has to say. Like, maybe he's got some other kind of deal with your mom. I don't know what her motivations are, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me from the outside what y'all are hoping to get out of this.
I've been really wondering that myself. It can't be just that you have little friends to follow you around, and I gesture to the dead imp and to the pteranodon.
No, it's not just for the friends. Yes, all right. I can take you to Thavius. Very well. Thirstwell, why don't you come along with us? Okay. Yeah. Okay, Amric. And Thirstwell starts walking out of the room. What do you all do?
I would like to go last and pick up the book.
Okay.
And a little vial for myself as well, I think.
Okay. Pip.
Someone
and-
grabbed the potion of healing, right?
I can grab that too.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just take everything that's left. So, 3 vials, the health potion, and the book.
Okay.
And there's a coffer, it
there,
says.
there is a coffer with. You haven't looked inside, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. We'll take that as well.
You're just gonna take the little wooden box. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have a bag of holding. I can fit a lot in there.
Okay.
We're the good guys, I
So-
promise.
So Pip and Calliope, are you leaving the room as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take up the front, I guess.
Okay. So you start following Amric out. As Amric.
Pip is like holding, it kind of has like a chummy arm around Thirstwell, but it's really like gripping his neck.
Okay. Well, so you have to walk over to Thirstwell because he's just kind of laying on the ground, looking as everybody's leaving. So you go up to Thirstwell, and are you just gonna like scoop him off the ground?
I think she'll kick him with a boot a little bit and like, come on, let's go. This involves everyone here now.
Yes, all right. He kind of stands up as you put your arm around him. He kind of flinches, and he
Really nice of you to help Emmerich with his little hair problem.
yeah.
Really, why don't you just leave that to the professionals?
Well, we all know how well that's going, Pip.
I'd say it's going quite well. His hair looks dashing.
Quite. As you start to leave the room with Thirstwell, Pip, he does lean in closer. Pip, why don't you help me out here? Just let me leave. I still haven't told my brother. I can still keep that to him. I don't think he would be very happy if I told him, about what you're doing.
Oh, Thirstwell. Who do you think he actually trusts more between us?
Why don't we
Okay, go
find
ahead and
out?
tell him.
Why don't we find out? Yes, good, okay, very perfect, good. As they're leaving the room having this hushed discussion, Kadam, you're the last one in the room, reaching in, and you pull out these items and slip them into your bag. You do see Thirstwell, as he's like having this heated discussion, does look over and clocks as you're putting all this in the bag,
That's fine.
and then continues out. So you all start going out of the room with the 2 Vanthampur brothers and Amric's main bodyguard. The rest of the guards stay behind while all of you head out down the stairwell. By the time you start going down the stairs and kind of spill out into that gallery area, Thirstwell kind of rips himself from your grip, Pip, if you allow him to,
Yeah.
and starts going towards Amric. He goes, Amric, I have something I would like to tell you about your little arrangement with Pip. Do we really have time for this right now? She's been selling you fake hair regrowth potions. I saw her making the concoction. I got a hold of a sample. I have a sample upstairs. If you just let me go grab it. I know it's fake. Believe me, you trust me, Thirstwell. You know I'm good at these kinds of things. I did my work. I read. Just, it doesn't work. It's fake. It's actually making you lose your hair.
Just Pip turns to Eric, is like, why does he like embarrassing you like this in public?
It's just a good point.
In front of all the guards.
In front of all the guards.
Let me ask you, Pip, though. Is this true?
The potions I have been giving you.
Yes.
Have you noticed your hair growing back after I give you one of these potions? She's whispering, being very discreet here.
It does seem to come back for a handful of hours, but then I have noticed that more seems to be falling out the next morning.
Well, that shouldn't be how it works. Are you sure you're taking it right?
He leans in very close. Pip, is my brother telling the truth?
How often does your brother tell the truth? Why would he tell you the truth?
Why would he not tell me this?
Well, he's clearly trying to distance us from you. You saw how ready he was to strike everyone down.
Listen, we don't really have time for this.
I agree. We don't have time for this. Look at him just wasting our time.
Which is why we're going to have a lengthy conversation after all of this is resolved.
Absolutely. Of course.
You are dodging my question. Thirstwell, this doesn't really matter right now. I don't know why you're even talking about it. You can clearly see that my hair looks beautiful. Everyone, please. Let's get down to Thaddeus. Thirstwell kind of looks a little deflated as Amric starts to briskly walk towards a back room. Are any of you doing anything? Are you going to just follow Amric's lead?
I am keeping an eye out for other interesting or unusual things, and just making sure that Rhea is functional.
Okay. Rhea, make an insight check for Rhea.
I mean, I know she ain't doing particularly well. 19.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, right now she kind of has like a tense jaw and seems to just be almost hyper focused on just following Amric and kind of seeing where this leads. Go ahead and make
That's
a
all right.
perception roll as you are
Perception.
led through the manor.
Natural 20 for a 24.
All right, we will let that ride for a little bit as you move through the manor and into kind of the next areas that Amric is going to take you. So Amric pushes forward through the gallery, surrounded by all the knockoff art, pushing through a pair of double doors into a large kitchen. This is a massive kitchen where there's a big oven. You can see there's a little, what looks to be like a dumbwaiter, one of the small little elevator lifts for food to be loaded into. There's multiple counters, big stove, and you do see as you come in and start going towards a back door, that same kind of scrappy cat with the big fluffy fur and the folded up feathery wings poke its head out and kind of watch as you start walking through the room.
I look at it.
That's a new person, and that's not spam. Sorry.
Welcome, not spam.
Yeah, welcome, not spam. Is that Deutsch Dark? Maybe?
Dockish Dark.
Dockish? Oh, Dockish, there it is. Dockish Dark.
Deutsch?
Yeah, Deutsch, I don't know. Dockish Dark, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Glad you're here. Call me Dark. Okay, welcome, Dark. Anyways, so you see the little cat, poke out and kind of give a little meow as you continue walking.
Do you speak?
You say that to the cat?
Yeah.
The cat kind of tilts its head towards you. Starts patting towards you. Kind of curls up around your legs.
Okay, all right. I'll offer it my hand to sniff.
Kind of gently sniffs, and then just looks up at you, making direct eye contact with you.
Kadam, I bet that's one of Lady Vanthampur's spies. I don't trust it.
Yeah. I look over at Amric.
Amric is pushing through a door, going into what appears to be another room, like a pantry or a large stone room with a stairwell going down. He seems pretty focused, like he didn't really notice this interaction. So if you want to try to stop him, you can.
No. I will just let the cat be, make sure it doesn't follow us down.
Pip's gonna pull out like a little bit of jerky or something from her rations and just be like, "Here, just stay here."
Okay, so you chuck it on the ground. Oh shoot, I was not signed into chat. I tried to send something and I got a pop-up. Oh well. Anyways, you chuck the jerky on the ground, and the cat immediately loses interest in you, Kadam, and then totters over to the jerky and just starts eating it.
Thank you, Pip.
Okay, so you all follow Amric. I'm going to move you all to a new map as he leads you into a big open stone stairwell that starts to descend down into some sort of basement complex.
It descends, you say?
It descends. I just gotta find where it descends into. Here we go. And I'm gonna move us over to a map here in a minute, both for the audience as well, so that they can see. Alrighty. Alright, so, yes, also real quick for Dark, since they're new, we are playing Descent into Avernus. They're currently in Baldur's Gate, and they are in a Patriarch's villa going down into some sort of basement complex, pursuing a conspiracy.
We came here to save the president, but now it looks like the president's a bad guy. The president's got a lot of explaining to do.
Oh man. So Amric leads you down a set of stone stairs, and it opens up into what appears to be a large stone storage facility that's filled with crates and big wooden barrels, and there's kind of a musty smell as you approach into this room. Kadam, with your 24, you can just barely make out the sound of running water through the doorway to the east as you enter into this chamber. And Amric goes towards that doorway, and as he does, he kind of turns back to you all and goes, "Do mind the smell. You know, my mother's line of work, dealing with the sewers and all that. We have ready access to it and pushes the door open as it reveals the sewer system beyond. And he leads you out onto a stone walkway. There is that pungent stench of sewer water that starts to fill your nostrils, but it's mixed with this almost sickly sweet aroma of like incense, burning incense, but like a very sweet smelling incense. And as Amric leads you out into this slick, wet stone walkway, it's about 3 feet wide. You all have to start walking single file. You can see that up above, dangling off of iron chains, are green tinted oil lanterns that are illuminating the entire under sewer complex.
Are those the same kind as are out front of the low lantern?
Not necessarily. They just seem to be tinted green glass.
All right.
With your also with your 24 perception, Kadam, I'll let this ride a little longer. You notice that it is actually remarkably clean down here, despite it being clearly like an active sewer system. Okay, so Amric is gonna take you to Fabius. Okay, let's see here.
So is this part of the sewers cleaner than where we were under the dancing nymph?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Like, remarkably so. It is very well maintained, very clean, and there is that scent of incense, wafting through the air. Got it. Okay, I know where he's taking you. Sorry, it took him. I had to figure out where he was going to take you, because I was trying to remember where Fabius is in this complex. All right. He starts to lead you northward. As you are moving down these long stone tunnels, you see there are multiple little entry points where water's trickling into the main trough. You can also see stone bridges that connect over this trench that's kind of between you all. As you start to turn westward, heading down this walkway, you notice there are multiple doors branching off to the north. And there is a pair of large double doors that you are starting to approach. As you approach, they swing open. And stepping out of them, you see a pair of individuals in robes step out and turn to start walking in your direction. They're wearing dark robes. They have a gold chain with a sensor on the end of it that is just wafting incense into the air that they're just gently swinging as they walk. And as they turn to face you, you see these devilish faces that are pure gold as the masks reveal their human eyes on the other side and a little bit of their nose peeking out from underneath. These golden devil masks, each of them seem to be unique. They're not like a mass-produced mask. They're each slightly different for the individual. But they turn and start walking in your direction and immediately kind of come to a stop seeing this large crowd. Amric seems to tense.
These more Dead 3 cultists?
Holds up a hand and then turns back. Hello? I'm just here to see Thavius, bring some guests to speak with him. I'm sure that Mother won't mind. They both kind of look between each other, look back at all of you, and then just silently step to the side, letting you pass. Amric kind of looks over at all of you and then sort of leans in towards you, Calliope. Well, I guess they're not in on Mother's plan. Let's see how this goes. And then turns back and continues walking. As you push past these two individuals, moving past the two double doors that are now closed, Kadam, with your 24, you can hear the rhythmic, slow sound of chanting in Infernal on the other side of the doors.
Okay. I understand the chanting.
Oh yeah, because you know Infernal?
Heck yeah, I do.
Yes.
It's coming up a lot more than I think I was
Calliope,
expecting.
you have to teach us Infernal.
Um,
Give us a little phrase book. Come on.
Can you make a perception check? I'll say that you hear the muffled sound of the chanting.
22.
Okay, amazing. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so you notice a couple things. As you pass the door and hear this and you turn to listen, you see that there's Infernal inscribed on the door itself. And it reads... hold on. Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is, yeah. It reads, "That which falls can rise again." And inside, you hear... what you hear is... Let's see.
It's really inspiring, actually. That's good news.
Was that an inscription?
You hear... "To Our Lady who has fallen, she who has risen again, she who stands against the tide of war, against the endless horde of chaos. She is our savior. To Zariel, to Zariel, to Zariel." And it kind of more or less repeats and says kind of variations of that as they go through it. Amric stops at the door, kind of kitty corner to these set of double doors here, and steps up to it. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. He goes all the way down. But he goes all the way down this corridor as the sound of the chanting dissipates, and steps up to one pair of wooden doors here. He steps up to it, looks over all of you. All right, well, here we go. And gives 3 brisk, harsh knocks on the wooden door.
Hey, Calliope, did everybody in Elturel speak Infernal? Is this just a thing?
No, this was a thing from Lambtan that I actually learned it. I just took it for the credits, but then I got like really into it. Like I mean, you saw before, like those chants and stuff, like they sound great for. Anyway, it doesn't matter right now. But yes, I'd love to teach you some. It's a little bit hard. It's like pronounced by people who don't have lung capacity. So like y'all who gotta breathe, like it's a little hard to pick up. But oh boy, like you should hear. Doesn't matter right now.
It appears
we'll
one's
table that.
home, as Emmerich kind of turns as you've been standing there and there's been no answer at the door.
But he can't get out of this complex, can he?
No, he can't, and he turns towards Thirstwell. Thirstwell, you have any idea where Thavius is? Yes, I have an idea. You're going to have to get the key from Mother, though. He's in the vault, if he's not here. That's where, Gargauth is. Great. Any of you good at lockpicking?
Heads turned towards.
Yeah, look at it.
Good might be a bit of an overstatement, but I do have a lockpicking kit, and sometimes it works.
Give it a good
Let's
try,
try.
and I'll squeeze your shoulder and cast guidance.
Thank you, kiddo.
Okay. I guess I will be taking you to the vault then. As Amric turns.
Oh,
and
can we take a peek? See if there's anything useful here.
Oh,
I don't really want to meet those chanters if it's all the same to you.
this is a different door.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
Sure.
Why are you gonna steal
Why
another
not?
chest?
Maybe
You're
he's
gonna raid it?
asleep. Maybe he's.
I mean, maybe he's left out like some kind of like journal outlining like his whole plan. We
Wouldn't that
found
be convenient?
we found the little thing from your mom. Maybe there's more of those or something in there.
It's true. It's always good to poke our noses into other people's business. That's why we're here.
Sure. Have at it. So you're gonna try to pick the lock to this door. Go ahead and roll your thieves' tools check
Oh boy. Oh,
Add a d4.
and add a
Yeah.
D4.
okay.
Is it worth?
Yeah, for this one.
So hold on before you roll. You go
Okay.
to use your lockpicks on this door, and realize that it's unlocked.
Okay, cool. But I don't tell anybody. I'm just like, there you go, easy peasy.
Wow. Amazing. All right, so opening the door. I'm not gonna have you roll your deception thing for that because you technically weren't lying. It was very easy. So, the door effortlessly. You all see Pip. Like within a matter of seconds, the door suddenly opens, and within you step inside to reveal quite a large and nice bedroom set up here in this dungeon complex. You can see there is a large king bed on the north wall. There's a writing desk off to the west, and multiple, there's like a little dining area set up for whoever would live here. You suspect Thaddeus. Let's see what else is in this room of note.
What's the sink-looking thing to the east?
Yeah. So that you look off to the east and you see that there is a claw-footed cast iron stove, which does have some coals in it right now, keeping this room quite warm. There as well, there is a candelabra, two of them set up in the room. The thing that kind of strikes you though is that they have 9 places for candles. There are 9 settings for candles to be placed on these candelabras. And yeah, and there's a small iron chest resting at the foot of the bed with 2 tapestries in the room. One you can see shows what look to be like the ghostly forms of various humanoids. Like they're not really distinguishable between, you know, elves, dwarves, halflings, whatever. They just almost are spirits, right? These ghostly forms that seem to be being pulled downwards into a kind of reddish toned earth, and they're being funneled down through almost like a darkened tunnel that opens up into a brighter sort of landscape of red tones, all slightly abstract, more like washes of color, but these spirits, they are kind of pooling and forming into different creatures. You see these strange, almost amorphous, blob-like humanoid creatures that are kind of writhing and seem to have faces contorted in discomfort. And as you continue following this little depiction, you can see that on the other side of the bed there's another tapestry, which depicts a river that seems to extend off into infinity. This river is pitch black on the banks of a ruddy red landscape as well. and hanging over it, there are these strange, contorted silhouettes of twisted iron and struts, almost like bony fingers. And hanging off of those, there are multiple, almost like marionettes of hooked chains holding up different shapes, different bodies, dangling over this blackened river that extends into infinity. That is what you see in the room.
Is the quality of the tapestries better than it is in the rest of the mansion?
Yeah, these are actually really, really, like, beautiful, actually, despite how horrific the imagery is. They're very well made.
Thaddeus has good taste.
What would you like to do with this room?
Okay, people, search the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, make an investigation roll.
Can I aid and
Yeah.
give guidance?
Yeah, absolutely. Also,
Investigation.
yeah, investigation. I just really quickly wanted to, it looks like, thank you, Olive, for answering to Dark there. But yeah, we've been playing for quite a few months. Or Enyo joined us a few months. We've been playing for almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
That was a guess. I didn't actually know.
No, you're right. You're approaching 2 years. Oh my, wow. Okay.
No.
Did you get a 22, Calliope? With your investigation?
No,
No,
that
that was
was
your
an old perception.
But Pip got a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, are we all rolling for investigation here?
You can roll, or you can give Pip advantage. Up to you.
Okay, I will roll myself.
Go for it.
And
Okay.
you have my aid and guidance, is what I said.
Got it.
So
Okay.
with
With
at advantage plus a d4.
Oh. Oh wait. Do I get 8 also?
No, I
No,
would
I'm afraid
say,
I can
No,
only
it's just-
help one person.
Yeah,
at a
Yeah,
time.
that's
so
fine, that's fine.
go ahead
Okay,
and
go
roll at advantage, Calliope. Sorry, Pip.
Okay.
You're off doing your own thing, I guess.
That's fine. These tapestry, the quality
Yeah.
is incredible. Oh my god.
Okay, so 18 with guidance.
18 with guidance. Incredible. You go around the room, very thoroughly going through everything. There's no journal that says all the plans. You don't actually find really anything in this room of note other than in the chest, as you open it up, you find, like, various clothing items. There is a holy symbol wrapped in a silver chain, tucked, like it hasn't been used and kind of discarded. It's tucked up in the chest, and it appears to be I believe it's a gauntlet. It's a gauntleted hand, but it's not like the fist, like the dark iron fist of Bane. This is like a silver gauntlet, wrapped in a chain.
Would I recognize this from Elturel? Like, is this?
Actually, you're from Elturel, so yeah, this is a symbol of Torm, and you
Okay.
would know that Thavius is a cleric of Torm. That was the god, or that is the god that he worships.
Hypocrite.
All right.
Anything in the writing desk?
There isn't. No, there's nothing in the writing desk. There's writing implements, but it seems that likely whatever writing material, it's not in this room. Maybe he has it with him or something like that.
Can I take a look at the stove?
Sure.
Do I see, like, any writing on it in Infernal or otherwise? Or, like, are the coals magical?
It's a stove.
Darn. All right.
I'll tell you all now. With that 18 investigation, you see what you see.
Well, okay.
Okay. Cool. Well, we tried. It would be too easy. All right, let's go open up your family vault or whatever.
Right. So we're going to.
These
Okay.
tapestries themselves are the treasure. I'm already happy.
Well,
But
do you
yeah,
want
let's
to
go
take
to
them
the
with you?
Oh, good.
I mean, it's evidence that Thavius, like, is
I'm
involved. I
collecting
don't know.
evidence. You're right. Yeah. Okay. How big are they?
Amric is kind of watching you as you go up, and these are full-on tapestries. They're probably like, it's like a full-size rug, you know, like, what is that, like 5 feet by 7 feet or something? Like,
I'm just trying to shove it in my boots.
oh my god, okay. So you kind of awkwardly fumble
Just
and
one, just one.
pull it down. Which one are you taking? The one with the like spears?
The river.
Or the river, okay. It pulls down. Amric kind of looks with a cocked eyebrow. Yeah,
I'll return it if he wants it.
I don't really give a shit. It's fine. As it
Good.
gets pulled down and you start trying to bunch it up, pulling your boots of holding open for dark, so because you don't know, these like thigh-high leather boots, kind of pulling them open, and you start to shove this massive tapestry, like thumbing it down into your boots as it just starts to disappear. As it slowly disappears. Okay, go ahead. You have a frickin' tapestry in your inventory of the river Styx.
Heck yeah.
My God. The speedo of holding. Oh wow. Okay.
You know, I meant that almost as a joke, but all right.
Oh, that's incredible. All right. Amric starts to lead you back out, and starts heading south with the group. Going down a long, extended stone corridor, up ahead you see the glint of green light from the lanterns reflecting off of a massive metal door with a very heavy, intricate lock on it. This opens up into kind of a wider, into a T intersection where you see the sewer system extending off to the east and west. And he leads you right up to this big, heavy metal door. He kind of steps aside and gestures towards the door for you, Pip.
Guns.
You got a D4.
Okay.
This lock looks very, very intricate.
So just assuming that I can't open it, what are other recourses? just in case.
Oh, well, and he kind of turns and looks at Thirstwell. Thirstwell, if you, seems that Mother has taken a liking to you. Maybe you could convince her to come down here and open this up. We'll wait off to the side. Could be a good opportunity.
Okay, well, let me just try.
Let me just try. All right, go for it.
Is there any way that I could help?
Do you have thieves' tools or proficiency in thieves' tools?
I mean, I'm an artificer, so yes.
You have proficiency with thieves' tools?
Yeah. Artificers, I think, just get that.
That's
on my sheet.
Awesome. Then yeah, you can provide assistance with this.
Wow, awesome.
So you can give Pip advantage.
So I think it's just like a repeat of the earlier scene with the puzzle box.
Yeah.
We're just gonna backseat drive. And just like, have you ever tried like pouring a little bit of oil on and it makes it like kind of like slide around a little bit? Oh, I have a stethoscope. You can like listen.
Why
No, I got it. It's in here somewhere. Here, you're gonna be able to hear this so good and like chattering away, so you can't actually listen to it.
25.
What? You got a 20?
I rolled an 18 and a 19. There was like a stone sink or something in Fabius's room?
There was.
Was it
like full of water? Sorry, there wasn't. I just thought it looked like a sink.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Okay, you got a 25.
I found a puddle somewhere and I just gave myself a pep talk. A pip talk.
A pip talk. Okay. Okay, a 25. So with Calliope chattering away next to you as you focus in on this big metal door before you, sliding your tools in, Calliope shoving the stethoscope into your big kind of floppy fawn ears, having to like reach up under the hat, putting it in and then placing it against. It actually remarkably helps as you start to be able to hear the sound of all the tumblers within as you were delicately maneuvering your tools within. This takes you
So
probably...
annoyed this was a good idea.
This probably takes you like 5 minutes of just delicately moving these tumblers into place. And at the end of this 5 minutes, keep track of some things here. Okay. At the end of this 5 minutes, you hear that last tumbler, and the big heavy lock comes undone.
Easy peasy.
Wow, we make a good team.
I could have done that without you. Just want to say. But thank you, Kadam.
All
Oh,
right.
you're welcome.
Well, and Amric kind of pushes past you, places a hand on the door, and starts to open it. As it starts to open, Kadam,
Yep.
you get this like sudden flash of gold light that fills your vision, and get filled with this sort of sense of dread and fear, and then hear that voice call out, "Help me," and it fades as Amric pushes through into the other room. As the door opens up, it reveals the room within. So, I actually need to kind of slightly adjust where y'all are, because I know that Pip and Calliope are actually probably up here at the front. I'm gonna say, Pip, that because you were doing the door, you were probably like here off to the side as Amric kind of pushes past you, Calliope. Thurswell would be with the bodyguard, and Kashara will be with Amric. As Amric pushes the door open and starts to confidently stride inside, you see two figures with their backs to the door that are turning to face you all as you come entering into the room. The room itself, as you all peek inside, you can see that there are 4 of these beautiful wooden tables set up in throughout this massive stone vaulted room. On each of the tables, there are big, heavy wooden coffers with big locks, no locks on them, but just big, heavy wooden coffers. Hanging on the wall directly in front of you as the door opens, you see this beautiful golden shield hung up on the wall. And there is an intricate face engraved on the front of it that, Kadam, as the door reveals this lit interior, you immediately recognize this almost... It's a bit bestial, I suppose. It kind of has these sharper teeth and almost like a lack of a nose, kind of furrowed brow with these big eyes that have no... In the engraving, there's no detail. It's just kind of the bulbous shapes of the eyes with no pupils, hanging up on the wall. And these two figures turn to face you. One of them, you see, is an older man. He has kind of very thin gray hair that's sort of slicked back, sort of these big heavy jowls, sort of bad posture as he kind of turns to face you, wearing really elegant robes, and he looks a bit surprised to see Amric coming in, and then sees all these other people looking surprised as well. The man standing next to him is someone that you've seen before, Kadam.
Is it?
You see a short man. He has a very classic V-shaped torso and kind of chiseled jawline, albeit looking a little disheveled. His dark hair is, as best he can do, is a bit slicked back, but it's kind of a little ratty at parts. And he's wearing what looked to have been nice clothes, but haven't had the best of care. He's got a dark maroon shirt with these black pants and riding boots.
Oh,
And as he looks towards you, you see Pask Delusker standing there, whose brow suddenly furrows, recognizing you, Kadam, at the back of this group as you all start to enter into this room. Do any of you do anything immediately as Amric is starting to walk in and he's beginning to speak to these two individuals? But does anybody want to do anything?
following in.
Calliope was prepared to kick in the door and make the big speech, but I guess fine, Amric can take the lead.
Calliope,
That's okay.
you can interrupt Amric. He is just, striding in. You see him kind of clearing his throat and getting ready. If you want to burst.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is a PC-centric game, baby. So yeah. So he starts striding in, then Calliope just kind of like bumps past him and says, "This Creed! I've seen you before. You have a lot of explaining to do. This is not a good look. Thavius, I swore an oath to protect Eltrell, and what do I find? You in the midst of some kind of infernal ritual, and you sank the city. That's what it looks like. What you got to say for yourself, kid?"
Amric kind of looks a little gobsmacked at this, but just steps to the side. Rhea quickly hustles up next to you, kind of clutching her sword tightly, not drawn from the sheath, but just kind of clutching the pommel of her sword as you deliver this speech, Calliope. Thavius looks around the room, seeing all of these people taking in your speech. Amric? What is going on here?
You're not talking to him. You're talking to me. My name is Calliope Demol. I am a stallion of the Hell Riders.
Amric, what in the world are you doing? Who have you brought here?
I'm gonna approach him and get right up in his face.
Okay. You start to approach, and you get to about there when the other figure, Pask Delusker, kind of steps in front, clutching the pommel of his rapier, and kind of he is a short man, so you are riding on your Chicken Walker construct. That's like, or do you have it out at this point?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been walking around on it this whole time.
So as it goes striding up towards Thavius, Pass tries to step in front and still kind of has to look up at you, riding on this.
I'm just gonna I guess walk around him if I can. I got eyes on.
Okay.
One person only.
I'm trying to think if he would even try. I mean, if he would try to stop you, you're in this big metal construct. I think he goes to reach a hand up, and as you just barrel past him, he kind of just steps to the side, unsure of what to do with this metal construct that's pushing past. So you get right up to Thavius, who kind of stumbles back, and continues looking towards Amric. Amric, what is the meaning of this? I don't know who you are. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? You know who the Hell Riders are? I swore an oath. I immigrated to Eltrell. I had to sign my name in this old big book saying that I would swear to protect on my life the city. Where's it gone?
Amric! Amric kind of steps forward. Thavius. This is Calliope. She's my friend. And he starts to step forward. And he looks towards Pask. Hello, Pask. Looking well, I see. Pask kind of scrunches his brow and starts looking towards you, Kadam, looking a bit uncomfortable. Amric approaches Thavius. We've come here to ask you some questions, Thavius. Please just answer, my friend, and I would also like to know a bit more about my mother, once you answer my friend's questions. And Thavius. Well, I was... Look, he brought me here against my will. Amric kind of tilts his head. Now, Thavius, we're far past that. Fine.
I would like to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Nice.
Your thoughts extend out into the room, and are you focusing in on Thavius?
Yes.
Okay. Focus in on Thavius. Much like some of the other characters you focus on before, there is confusion, fear, and panic running through his head. Mainly confusion and kind of like fear, not understanding like what's happening. Are you gonna try to like actually push deeper and extract thoughts, or?
Not yet. I'm
Okay.
going to sit back and see where Calliope goes with this
Okay.
interrogation.
All right.
Or browbeating, whichever it is.
Understood. As he kind of is trembling with all of this, Rhea, you hear Calliope, a sword being drawn, and in a flash, Rhea holds her blade up to Thavius, and he goes. She looks at him very sternly. Tell her everything that you know now. Do you have any idea who I am? You have any idea what I am capable of?
I don't have a great idea of who you are, actually, but these two seem to. It might be good if you answer their questions. They seem rather insistent.
What have you done to El Terrell? Why? And how can we get it back? You're gonna spill your guts here one way or another. You get to decide how.
Make an intimidation roll for me with advantage.
That's gonna be a +1.
Come on, Calliope.
I mean, we can do all this, but we see 20, baby, with advantage.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, first one was a
Nice.
2.
My goodness.
Oh.
Excellent. Okay.
Thanks, Rhea. You're real ride or die. Hell ride or die.
Hell or die.
He keeps looking towards Amric, who just is standing there expectantly. Pask starts to kind of back away and sort of like loop around behind all of you and lean against the table and just starts looking at you, Kadam. Very intense.
I acknowledge his presence.
All right. Thavius looks towards you, Calliope.
I would also like to make sure that Thirstwell has not run away.
Thirstwell is being clutched right now by the bodyguard.
All right, that's just fine.
Okay. Let me see here. Fine. You want to know what happened to El Terrell? Fine. You know, I think the fate that El Terrell has suffered is better than it would have been. You all know what was going to happen to El Terrell when that undead horde was upon the city. And I reached out to Torm for help. He looks towards Rhea. I'm sure you know the story. I called out to Torm. And Torm answered my prayers. And in a blinding miracle of holy light, the companion appeared above the city, driving away the undead horde. Torm never answered my prayers. I was left alone in the dark. I was left alone, barred in my room, hearing the scraping of nails at my door. Someone answered. Someone came to my aid. A beautiful angel. I had to make a deal with her. That's all. She showed me what she's doing. Do you have any idea? Any idea? What she's doing for all of us? The gods ignored me, ignored all of us. We would all be dead now. Elturel would be nothing. A city of death if it weren't for her. Every moment of our lives, she fights. She fights for all of us. An unending horde of chaos and blood that seeks to consume us all. So, the deal was simple. Every citizen who signs the right to Elturel was signing a deal, signing their soul away to become part of her army. And when the day came, when the time was right, you were all going to be dragged down there with her to help her in her fight. I did what I had to, and honestly, I think it was the right thing to do. After seeing what she does for us.
You keep saying that. What does she do for you?
He turns and acknowledges you now. Have you heard of the Blood War?
Have we heard of the Blood War?
Yeah, have we?
Yeah.
I
You
probably
can make
haven't.
a religion check.
I'm pretty sure I haven't, but may as
I
well check.
might have. Let's see. Oh, nope, never mind. 6.
Oh, actually,
22.
Calliope, you would. I'm gonna give this one to you, Calliope, as a
Okay.
hell writer. You know what the
That makes
Blood War
sense.
is, yeah.
It makes sense.
Pip, did you roll? You got a 14
I got a 14. Would my
plus 2.
my infernal contact have given me some knowledge about this?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
So I don't know if you. I don't think you know what the Blood War is, Pip.
Okay.
Kadam and Calliope know. For our viewers and those of you
I
that
probably
don't
know the one sentence explanation based off of how little I know of the Hells, I would say.
Yeah, I and I'll do my best. I admittedly need to touch up on it, but the Blood War essentially is a never-ending war between devils and demons. The demons. I'm trying to think of what the religious scriptures would say. I would think from all of your perspectives. The 9 hells are part of the lower planes, and therefore there are veils between the 9 hells and the abyss where demons come from. The 9 hells being devils, the abyss being demons. And at some point, one of these veils became thin enough that demons started spilling into the 9 hells, and it sparked a war that has been going for eternity. Nobody knows how long, but seemingly since, the scriptures would say something like, the beginning of time or something like that. But it is a never-ending war between devils and demons. Yeah, that's the basics of the Blood War. I'm trying to think of like what from the perspective of like, you know, if you were reading scriptures on the material plane that are likely going to be biased towards, you know, the divine, the celestials, they probably speak of it in a way that is all happening in the lower planes, and it's just kind of part of like the natural cycle of the lower planes, and that bad things happen to bad people, and that's where bad people go, and there's like different types of bad people going into those two different places, and it's just part of the cycle, and they just consume each other in this war. And really it's for the best of everyone, because of this war, those bad souls are essentially being kind of consumed by this war. Anyways, so that's what you know about the Blood War.
How persuaded, or no, how... I would like to make an insight check on Thavius. Yeah, how persuaded is he by his own story?
How persuaded is he by his own story?
Yeah, like is he giving us, you know, the clean cliff notes, or is this genuinely what he believes for himself?
Make an insight check.
And like I'm also getting things from detect thoughts if he has any surface level.
Right. Okay. You make an insight roll, Pip, with your detect thoughts.
Okay.
You get this like almost like this like welling of excitement and like pride as he's giving this speech, and like desire. What did you get, Kadam, for your insight roll?
11.
11. Yeah, I mean, he seems really like he is clearly. I'm not doing it quite justice, but you know, imagine this guy is a politician. He is a ruler. Like, his speech is being well delivered, even though it's impromptu. He believes it. So yeah, he says this. Pip, you asked him, right? Did you ask him?
Yeah.
I can tell by your face you've never heard of it. The Blood War is an eternal fight between demons and devils. And if the devils lose, we all lose.
And that's why you're also pulling Baldur's Gate down, right? More fuel for the fire? How do they, like, work into this? Why would Lady Vanthampur get drawn into this catawampus scheme?
Because she believes in Our Lady. She believes in the cause.
Turning to Amric, your mama kind of believing in a greater cause sort of person?
I mean, to be fair, I knew about all this. I just wanted to see what happens and hear things. But, yes, it makes sense to me. It does sound like things will be too bad for us down there anyways. You know, you've been a great help. I'm sure I can cut you in on some of the deal here, you know, unless you want to run away from Baldur's Gate once you kind of get all this resolved.
What's the deal here? Okay, I'm turning to Amric, being like, what? You're just going to be like a Lord of Hell instead of Lord of, like, the mortal plane up here? This wasn't good enough?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's some wonderful places down there. Trust me. Oh, yes.
Okay, we can deal with that later. Don't care anymore.
All right.
Why now? How is the city pulled down? What did you do? Was it the book?
All right. I gotta quickly do a refresher here on my own lore, or not my own lore, on the lore of what the module is, of what exactly happened. So give me a second. Here we go.
How are the people, just the normal townsfolk of Elturel living in hell now? Do they like it? Is it good? Is it a nice little vacation?
Let me see.
Calliope, were you there when it was pulled down?
I was right on the outskirts. Oh, no, wait, no. Never mind. I was here for a conference. That's why I was here. I was in the temple of, what's my god? God.
Rhea was on the outskirts.
Ray was on the outskirts.
Andrea, I assume it wasn't pleasant. I mean, it can't. I have no idea what's actually happening here, so I'm just going to assume that everything he's saying is like.
Okay. So, you got a 20 on that intimidation roll.
You did get a 20 on that intimidation roll.
Yeah. All right. Yes, it was a number of things. It was... sorry, really quick. Do you happen to have in your notes, like, readily handy, Calliope, what was the name of the oath? Do you have that in your notes?
Oath of...
It's like... God, what is it?
I just said to be a citizen, have to make an oath on a book. Defend Elturel, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Oath. Yeah, the Creed Resolute. That's it. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Creed Resolute. Here it is. Okay. All citizens were required to pledge the oath of the Creed Resolute, and all citizens that did so, their souls were forfeit and considered to be Zariel's. The companion, well, that was brought forth by Zariel. I was told of the exact day when it would be used to pull the city down into the hells. Well, I needed to continue aiding her, and I came here to Baldur's Gate before I was dragged down. And we needed Lady Vanthampur to be instilled into a position of power. So we devised a little plan to get Raven Older God out to Elturel on that day that the companion would turn.
But he doesn't belong to her.
He doesn't, but he's conveniently gone now, and now she controls Baldur's Gate. Emmerich, why are we doing all this? Where's your mother? It's fine, we'll get to that. I would like to ask you some questions about her and her plans.
I got
What
one
is
more
happening?
question about this book. This book is a magical tome. If it was destroyed, say, would that break the contract?
I have no idea.
Well, sorry. Pulling out the puzzle box, or I guess you have it, maybe.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Oh yeah. No,
Do
never
you-
mind. I'm sorry. I thought I had it.
Do you have the book on you? Creed.
No.
Yeah, where is the book?
Somewhere in the hells, I suspect. It was in the Capitol building, where all citizens made the pledge.
I'm going to cast Sending to Valor right now.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Valor. Okay. Yeah.
Let me get my dice here.
Valor, the tiefling mercenary trapped in the 9 hells because she was in Elturel when it was pulled below.
Roll an 83, so I should be able to get through.
Yeah.
Valor, are you anywhere near the Capitol building? We're looking for a book that I'm not counting. We're looking for a book that all citizens sign. Do you or anyone you're with know about this? That's 25 exactly. Okay.
Okay. I need my old calendar because I got to find some things. Okay, it was that day. Okay. So. Okay. Got it. Okay. So you asked her about the Creed.
She's anywhere near the
Resolute.
Capitol building.
Near the Capitol building, a book that all citizens have to sign. Do you know anyone? Do you know of it or anyone who would? Is that the question?
Do you or anyone around you know
Okay.
of it, where it is?
Right. Okay. A book in the Capitol building citizens have to sign. Okay. You get back. Okay, you get back. Kidam. Right, what? Are you speaking of Creed Resolute? Yes, I had to sign that bullshit when I signed on to, be part of whatever. Elturel is a mercenary. It was something I had to do when I first came here to work alongside, and then it kind of like goes a little too long and goes off.
Do I... I'm gonna cast it again. Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay. That's your second
Things are
third level
about to
spell?
get hairy here.
Okay.
Doesn't it also? It takes like 10 minutes, doesn't it?
No. Sending?
Sending?
To cast sending?
I don't think
It's
so.
an
Sending.
action.
I think it's
Oh,
an action.
never mind.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an old edition.
So you're casting it again. Okay, what do you say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
A third level spell slot for that?
For
Okay.
what the fuck?
I'm gonna tell them about
I
Fabius or anything.
can be so mean right now. I'm not going to.
Yes, you can be very
I can
mean.
be so mean right now. I won't. Right. Have to be careful with words. Know about book. Can go look for it. Sounds important. Things are crazy. Only been about 24 hours, I think. Still trying to get my bearings. Okay? That's what you get.
All right.
Wait, do we know 24 hours since?
Elturel
It's
fell
been
a 10-day
a
ago.
couple of 10? Oh, 10 day.
Oh,
I don't communicate that to anyone at the moment, though.
Yeah.
People heard what I was saying, but didn't hear the response.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. Elturel fell on the 27th of Flame Roll. It's the 7th of Eliasis today.
And does time pass differently down there? Do we know that?
Well, so you don't know this information yet. I don't know if you would know that. We can
Okay.
come to that if it becomes
Later.
relevant, yeah. So at this point, since we're at 9 o'clock here, Amric turns to Fabius.
I got one more question. You said before you get pulled down too. Is it happening to you soon? Is it happening to me?
Fabius. Well, apparently you weren't pulled down because you weren't in the city, but unfortunately once you leave this plane of existence, when you die, I'm assuming you signed the Creed Resolute. Then
Fortunately,
yes.
it sounds like, yeah, okay, cool. When I die, so it's not like a ticking thing. Okay, great. Amric, all yours.
Well, thank you. Turns to Thavius. You too, Pask. Why don't you come over here? I have some questions for the both of you. And he turns back towards his bodyguard. Valtis, if you just bring Thirstwell in here, please. As the bodyguard starts to pull Thirstwell into the room. Alright, now that we have everyone here, we're all friends. Not really you, but maybe we could be friends. Thavius, Pask, will you please, somebody, explain to me what is going on here? Because these folks gave me this, and he pulls out the magic mouth, says the words, and throws it onto the ground as Lady Vanthampur's voice comes out and speaks the command. Thavius and Pask kind of look at each other confused and then look back to Amric. I have no knowledge of this. I don't remember your mother saying anything like this. And Pask kind of leans forward. I don't remember Pask's voice. Well, that certainly sounded like your mother. But Amric, do you know who you're dealing with? As he points to Kadam. Do you really not know who this is? He turns and looks at him. No, I don't. Why should I? Why should I care? Amric. That's the person that put me in this mess. That's Kadam. Oh, Kadam! That's why the name is so familiar. Oh. Okay, well, then, with that in mind, I'm sure that all of you won't mind if I just go speak with my mother, because things are not adding up. You see, those people in there, as we walked past, I was suspecting that, my mother's fellow cultists would know of the plan and maybe not want me down here. And then I talked to these two, some of my mother's most trusted friends. They have no idea what this is about.
I would like to back towards the door.
Okay, Valtis is blocking, or sorry, he meant to have him be blocking the door, if you would allow me that. But yeah he would have been somewhere there. Unfortunately, Pip and Kadam, you are lucky enough to be outside of the room. Calliope, where are you going? We're all friends still.
I need to make a quick call. Be right back.
No. We're all going to stay in this room. In fact, I would like all of you, Kadam, Pip, if you wouldn't mind coming in here. And if you could just wait here, I'm going to go speak with Mother.
I am in there, aren't I?
You are standing
next to both of us.
That's true. You are. Pip, you're outside of the room. But yeah, he's waving towards you, Pip. Valtis, would you mind just bringing Pip in here, please? Valtis turns to you, Pip, kind of looking at you sternly, and then gives kind of a gruff nod and reaches out a thick hand towards you. Are you gonna make me pull you in?
No, absolutely not. No need to touch me. Stepping in.
Okay.
Gingerly.
So Pip, you step inside the room, and Amric just turns to the group. Well, Kashara, shall we go speak with Mother? Thirstwell, why don't you just sit here and I'll tell Mother that you told our new friends everything. I'm sure she'll love that. All right, well, thank you, everyone.
I have one more... Oh, sorry, Kidal.
Go ahead.
A big thing? I got one more thing to say. As the apparent leader of the Hellriders, the last person on this plane, ranking in the city with the folks' best interests at heart, I condemn you, Thavius Creed, to death, and I would like to cast Enlarge Reduce.
Oh, wait, you're gonna shrink him?
No, I'm gonna enlarge Big Dummy to be a very big dummy to block the doorway, is the thought here.
Oh, this is great. Okay, this is a perfect way to end. So right here, as you say that and cast, what does it look like to cast enlarge on Big Dummy?
So, you know how it folds out
Yeah.
from this whole bag of holding? Well, it just like, I like hit this button and it just like kind of like jerks and then like starts folding out even more. You have not seen the full extent of how big Dummy can get. And it just
Incredible.
becomes this like hulking like behemoth. It's like little chicken walker legs, like kind of like fold forward into like almost like gorilla arms, and it like
Yes.
rests on its
Oh.
tail. So it's like this kind of like tripod. But like the tail just like triples or like quadruples in length, to where it's just like click, 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 and it's just like this like swirling like tentacle.
Amazing. So as Big Dummy extends out there, Calliope now, tiny little Calliope riding atop it, the tail goes up into its scorpion stance as Thavius looks shocked and starts to back up. And Kadam, the last thing that you hear before we end tonight, in your head, you hear that voice once more, "Help me." And you see another flash of golden light, and you almost feel your head kind of get pulled, looking directly into the face of the shield. Okay, that is where we are going to end. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. Thank you, Dark, for showing up this evening. Maybe we'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed it. We're here every Monday. I need to start saying this. Yes.
Yes.
So, starting next year, we're going to be moving to Wednesday nights. So we're going to be shifting to Wednesday nights, same time, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But we are going to shift to Wednesday nights instead of Mondays. And yeah, we'll post on social media about it. We'll keep reminding folks as we approach the end of the year. But yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. So...
Oh man, this is gonna be so cool.
So...
Enlarging Big Dummy was super cool. It would have been really fun to just shrink Thavius and
that's what I
scoop him
thought,
up into a little
That
vial.
would have been very, very fun.
Yeah.
That's still one of my favorite memories. It was Tiny Kadam riding on the cat form of Imsh. That was like one of the best moments. All right. Okay. Good night, everybody. And
Good night.
Good night.
See you later. Where's my closing scene? There it is. Bye.